Hello, everybody. It is time to finally, catch up on the raids because it took me all to get to finally be able to make another video. But I'm gonna show you guys how to actually macro all the raids now, including Leaf Village. I know there's a video already that could show you how to do the first three, but you know what? I might as well make a video to have all of them, and then I'll just make another one. In the future, I'll probably just make just extra like only for that raid because I can't be bothered anymore. But yeah. Um, if you're here, either you know macro or not, and the first thing you need, at least in what I do, is you need tiny task, as you can see on the screen. Tiny task is probably the I don't know if it's the only one that we allow on Anime Last Stand, but it's the one that we always recommend. And I think it's also the most simplest one, right? The simplest one. Now, the way I prepare it is go to your preference. Again, it may not be exactly where the button is on the screen because it's not exactly the same, alright? With your preference, open a tab, make sure set back play loop is infinite, alright, and then make sure you're on continuous playback. You're good? Alright. Now, the units you'll most likely need, at least in my opinion, for a good and easy continuous AFK, for at least most of the maps, are these. A leaf will be leaf will be very specific, and I will show you how to do leaf, but the first three I'm going to redo as always. Mainly, this you probably won't need him for a while, but he is definitely useful for later on snowy. And these are more or less the units that you would need. And I'll show you which one you'll need for each different, their own, call it maps. So we'll start right now, really quick, with the first one, which being Marineford. The one that I recommend if you can't do anything else, like if these are too hard, just do Marine. If you want to grind rerolls, really, Act 6 is good. So let's do this. And the way I do it is very simple. And I don't know if it's possible with any other way, obviously. You can always edit this to have like placed more units instead of only one, but I place only one unit, and that one unit is Overlord Garo Iho. Now, you probably could do this with Tatsu, but the problem is from where you spawn, the only really good place to put air units is like a very like it's so hard to get to. Like I can't get it right now. It's hard. So the way I usually do it is oh what the hell is recording, click, place Garo at this corner, press spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade, and that's your macro. This is the way I recommend it. Obviously some people will say, oh you could just move a little bit and like use billions. I'm like, alright, fair enough. But I think this is a lot simpler. But again, if you don't have Garo and you have Tatsu Overlord instead, or Overlord Plus, I guess. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to do the other one because I have a way that I already found, which is this one, and this is a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it for this one, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, which is Hell City. And I think I guess there's two, but I don't know. It's hard to say. See you there. All right, now we're gonna continue to Hell City. Let's see. This one is finicky because of the place you spawn in. Like the place you spawn in, you kind of they limit you to what units you can use. I will quickly like make sure my speed up isn't activated, so you guys can actually see what's going on and not auto skip as well. Because like if you guys notice here, like let me turn this off. Like if you actually we did change it. No, we're still like behind me is a wall. So if I try to play Freerin, she won't show up. She's stuck here. Her model's too big. Vice Captain, too big. Rengoku, somewhat possible. Garo Evo, somewhat possible. But that means you have to place multiple times. Like, it's a lot. This is why I prefer playing Tatsu instead. Of course, you could also use Garo. I just prefer Tatsu. And always, record, spam, click, retry, plays Tatsu, spam multiple times, obviously. Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade, and that's your macro. We'll turn these back on. And let's see. This should work. This should more or less work pretty much, right? I guess like as an example, I will sell the Tatsu, and then we shall see if it can place. Because it is very finicky. But yeah, if your unit model is too big, it won't place. It won't even give you an option. So like you can't use free reign, you can't use vice captain, nor would you actually want to use vice captain here because there's air wave 1. But yeah, if you want to use someone, gotta use someone that's hybrid or air, aka a hill unit, and can do a decent amount of damage. Because I think, as far as I know, if you get actually place from wave 1, which is likely with this looping macro, Tatsu can actually complete this Hell City. But I think this is as far as she can go solo. So starting from the next ones, you'll see me using other units. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Obviously, if you want to do a ground unit instead before that, like you do this, and then you place Garo here instead. And then Q, click away, click back, and do that. Right? The casual stuff. Just the usual method I always use, and that's about it. Obviously, I'm losing right now, but that's because I kind of didn't let Tatsu defend for like a good 2 minutes. But yeah, see you on at the next one, which is when we'll use more than one unit. All right, here we go on Snowy Capital. Now there are definitely a few ways to do this, and I will try to show you, I guess, what I think is the most optimal, in my opinion. And what I think you should do is, well, I guess you can't, huh? I mean, I guess this is just the easiest way and safest way, in my opinion, is first things first, before you actually, I guess, when you go in, make sure auto skip is off. This is my opinion. Make sure auto skip is off. And then once you have it off, record, spam click retry, spam the O to zoom out, place your Tatsu right over here. Spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. Okay, this is actually not correct, okay? This is just me wanting to show you guys how you should probably start. Right? Tatsu, for some reason, did I pick the wrong act? I feel like I picked the wrong act. I don't think Tatsu should be this strong. This is bad. Because if this is the wrong act, and this ain't act 6, this is going to be very... Oh, give me a moment. Okay, I've decided to just redo this again, alright? This is take two, alright, take 2. I'm back in again, and this is not act 6, this is guaranteed act 6. Now, I guess if you have this Tatsu, it seems you may or may not do enough damage. But again, make sure auto skip is off, and then record, spam the retry, spam the O button for a little bit, press your Tatsu, place her down, spam Q, click away. Okay, this is wrong. You gotta be you zoom out for now. You zoom out for now, right? Or like you at least know roughly where your button is, right? You at least know where the reset button is. So it's kind of okay. This is good, right? Tatsu is killing everything. We're fine. We're dandy. Now, what you want to do is, this is my opinion, okay? Right? Because you want this to actually you want to survive all this, right? So the way I do it, the way that I'm gonna do it after I kill this other wave, is you wait like one wave first, right? Like you make note of where the retry button is, and then like you have one wave. Make sure Tatsu does damage first, and then afterwards you click record, spam click where the retry button would be, spam O again, even though you already zoomed out because the macro needs to know. Place your Tatsu down here, and then place your main DPS over here. If it's a ground unit, if it's a hill unit, place them here. Click away, click back, spam this guy, and then that's the macro that I would use at the very least, okay? Because I usually would try to make put Yojin down, but that's only if you have auto skip on. Because having Yojin wave 1, when you kinda not having auto skip, you're kinda screwed there. So I think this is the best way to do it. Especially if you can place that DPS down. Like this is like the key to doing this. But again, there's probably many other ways, especially with auto skip on. But this is just the safest way that I feel would work. Okay, so I'll see you in the last one, the one that I think you've all been waiting for, which is Leaf Village. See you then. Hello, welcome back, and as you may have noticed by the animation, Yojin has been replaced by Idol. The reason to this is because my consistent way of doing Leaf Act 6 is the following. First things first, you gotta get the Act 6. You gotta get in there. I guess you probably should make sure you have all the totems, buy all of them first, and then you could probably start AFKing. I go to Leaf Village, play Jack 6. Alright, we start. We start this, alright? We go. Now, the way I do it, first things first, like I'll have to make sure I have enough money first, right, to actually start this. But the way that I would do this, again, make sure auto skip is off, right? Make sure before anything auto skip is off. You need auto skip to be off for this to actually work, right? This needs to be off. And then the units you need is Vice Captain, Rengoku, and Idol. Why Idol over Yojin? You'll see in a moment. First things first, Wave 1, just place down Vice for now, because you need to get that money first. Unless you have the macro set up, then good on you, right? I'm just going to collect my money first before I show the actual macro. And then I will probably slow down time so that I can actually do it without dying. But give me a few minutes. I need to, I guess not a few minutes. Actually, yeah, it is going to be a few minutes. But I'll show you the macro in a second. And this is the way I do it. I don't know if you could use it with other units. You probably could with other late game, full ground units. But you need really good DPS. You need actually a good chunk of DPS for this. So, I don't know, man. But this should probably work out now, alright? So now the way I do it, alright? Because everything's slowed now. Everyone's walking slowly. So now the way I do it. So you find the retry button first. I think it's roughly here. Retry, right? And then place down Vice Captain, roughly here, so it has the most range possible. Spam Q, click away. Place down Idol. Spam Q and click away. And then place down Rengoku wherever you feel like. I place him here. Spam Q, click away, click on him, and only upgrade Rengoku. And that is your macro. And now, because you're not auto skipping, the enemies will never get overwhelming. Did I break the macro? Man, did I just make my own macro already? Because sometimes it's finicky like that. Yes, I did. Oh my, you're kidding. Give me a second. I need to refix this macro. You flipping out. It's just such a problem. Okay, fixing the macro. Yada yada yada. Vice Captain here. Idol here. Spam Q. Rengoku here. Spam Q. Click away. Click back. Spam upgrade. Make sure I have auto speed boot first, and then I can click play. And now this should guarantee you a win. If you don't trust me, I'll let this one play out, because this is one that actually a lot of people have been asking, where's the Leaf Village one? Because it is the best, I would say, to farm rerolls. Obviously, this does mean that it is slightly slower than other auto skip macro ones, but this is consistent. Unless your units are just not strong enough, you will never lose. And on the off chance that you place Rengoku first over Idol, it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I'll just let this play out. Maybe chat a little bit. Actually, I will explain. The reason to why I have Idol over Yojin is not because my Idol has glitch. That has nothing to do with it. You could use Idol with Diamond, Golden, whatever. Obviously, the better money would be better, so you can get more money and hopefully max your Rengoku. But the reason to why I use Idol is because Idol has 650, and so does Rengoku. So you cannot place them on wave 1. Well, Vice is the only unit in this macro setup that can be placed on wave 1. This is important because I am not auto skipping. So if I place a farm unit wave 1, the run is over. And I'll waste a good 5 minutes maybe, just waiting for that, or maybe a few minutes, just for the enemies to reach the base and kill me. So the best way, and also there's also a somewhat of a bug with Leaf. If you die early, you kind of like get stuck somehow. So this is the safest way. Have a unit you want to start with. Ideally, Vice Captain is amazing because again, full ground. So Vice is insane here with good range and good DPS. Idol and Rengoku, you need a moneymaker, or not, you cannot max Rengoku because you need him to kill the boss. So Idol is a better money unit because she won't be placed on wave 1. And could this just be rambling? This is probably just rambling. But if you're still here, you want to watch the rest. You could mute the rest of the video. Like you legitimately could just be muting the video, or just 2 times speeding or something. Yes, this does succeed 100% of the time. Of course, the button at the start could be wrong because I don't remember where the retry button is. But this is pretty good, I say. Obviously, if you really want to do it, you could also just upgrade Vice Captain as well. Like, make sure you place Rengoku down first, then you upgrade Vice Captain. That is, of course, a possible way. Like another way would be like what you call it, like instead of is like you click, place, place, and upgrade. Click back to him and upgrade. Like you could do that. It'll make the macro a lot longer, but that means you'll be more guaranteed. Especially if you know, like, oh, my Rengoku doesn't do enough DPS, so I need Vice Captain to do Vice Captain to do a lot more DPS, like all that, right? But yeah, that's about it really for this. There's not much else. If you want to watch, just watch. And yeah, this is about it. Wave 18, we're about to be there, and I will show you quickly that this does work. I'm only gonna upgrade this guy because I'm not gonna upgrade that guy because that is a part of my current macro. But yeah, of course it will help if you have the idol orb, idol soul, and put it on him. So he has 4% less cost to place down. But I guess you still get max anyway, which is cool. But yeah, that's the end of the video here. Thank you for watching. I'm still thinking of how to make the World 2 one because it's gone significantly harder, and I don't actually have a confident way to do any of them except for the hollow one. That's just, I don't know, it's just a lot. But yeah, see you around, everybody, and good luck grinding.